Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
It's time for some Thursday Thoughts and Arty Fun.
It is.
She forgot to pour her
I had to go and put
her booze.
my ear cuffs in, and I forgot about my cough medicine.
Her cough medicine. Hello, everyone, and a very happy Thursday to all of y'all. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We really do appreciate it. Once again. I think I say that a lot. Do I say that a lot? Maybe I do.
No, I don't think. But I think,
It's enough, appropriate use of...
Yeah. And,
Once again.
I'm missing some lights here. Can't believe you haven't been...
Oh, yeah, you kind of are. Well, your shirt was doing it.
Well, this might be a little electrifying then.
I might have to adjust things. I swear, the shirt, she came at me. She's like, put my bracelet on. I'm like...
Just a minute, let my eyes adjust.
But we're wearing colors for the color combo. I really hadn't thought about that until just now, but I haven't put on some jewelry.
Yes. That's
Well, hello, everyone. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are
PM Artist Studio. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Because otherwise I don't know that you're here. And I want to know that you're here if you want us to know that you're here.
Yeah, if you want to be incognito, we're good with that too.
Totally fine. But do give those thumbsy upsies because those are mucho importante, especially here in the beginning because they say, hey, I'm here.
What's going on?
I like this. Then some other people that like the kind of the same things. We may be all here hanging out, chit-chatting together. We can all say hello. Find some arty friends, arty inspiration, that kind of business.
That kind of business.
Yeah, so let me say hello to everyone.
Okay.
Alrighty, participants. We have Arkansas Crazy Quilter, that's Dawn. Art Curious by MNW, that is Miriam. Barbara Cabrera, Betsy, Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Darcy, Dana. Somebody just popped in there. Apple, there you go. Let's see. We were at Dana, Deb C, Denise, Devin, that's Yolande, Eddie, Estella, Evie, Fidget's here. Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda, Helen, Isabel, Jamie, Jeanette, aka Janet, Judy P's in the house, Kathy B, Carrie, Lynn Nygaard, Linda, Lisa, Lydia, Martha, Mary, Ellen, Melissa, Mitzi, Monica, Nightbot's here. Remember, she's the one that'll drop in the info, usually prompted by one of our mods. Patricia Pfeiffer's here. Paula, Penga, Rennie, Ricky Nordmeyer, SAG, that's Sarah, Sandra Leon, Silver Granny, that's Lynn, Star Traveler, Linda, Susie, Tamari, Tina Spanberg, Trish Coogan, Vera Fee, which we call her Fia, Wendy. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It was simply that, oh, Janice Marie. Did I say Janice Marie? I think it did. Somebody else popped in there or somebody popped out. That's the other thing. It goes, pops in and out. It's like if I could lock it for a second. That would be a really good idea. Lots of people here. Remember, give those thumbsy upsies. Even if you don't want to say hello in the chat.
I know what else I was supposed to do.
That means
today.
like the video. If
I was
you're new.
supposed to doodle today.
Oh, yes, you must doodle today. Much to do today. Doodling included.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, are you thoughting?
I'm going to thought.
Okay.
Yeah, gosh, I've got some important thoughts. I was just, passing the time here while Mariah did her.
Oh, do you want me to do announcements and things? So remember, go over to the Makers of Mixed Media Art Artists Facebook group. That is where we all hang out. Many of these lovely folks are ones that are going to be people that you see over there as well. Take part in all of the things that we have going on. We have the, color combo. That's put up by Paula and Carrie. We have the swap, which is put on by Colleen. We have the, and I think sign up is running. Yeah.
I forgot to sign up.
Colleen, can you sign her up? Little Miss, I need help and people take care of me and stuff.
And I don't.
AKA Queen P.
I can't remember what happened. I've been having a little problem with my computer here lately. I'm kind of concerned.
Well, I got a new power thing coming for you.
Well, maybe that'll help. But every now and then it freezes up and I have to start over. And you know how that goes. The squirrel thing. I mean, I can do that when I'm like 3.5 seconds.
I try not to get onto Facebook when I'm trying to do anything because it's like, but then when it's something I have to do on Facebook, I'm like, oh, sugar. What was I supposed to be doing here?
Well, I kind of do that too, but this one, I think that was what was happening. I don't know. But you know, I met...
Aw, thanks, Wendy. She's been watching some of the older videos.
Well...
It was great to watch the ATC Creations, Tips and Tricks.
Oh. Can't remember which one that was.
I know, we should revisit
Was that the one where I was doing all that gel plating and then coming back and... Oh, that's when I did like 500.
I don't know. We've done quite a few ATC videos, actually.
Yeah.
Some better than others. I'll tell you that.
For
Hey,
sure.
Susan. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, features. Okay. All that information, all the, the swap, the Judy P's collage prompt. I feel like I'm missing one. It's not on purpose. Makers Creative Collab. Yes. Lisa, she posts about that. I talk about it, Then Sharon helps us with the getting all of the YouTubers in order and who's it, what's it.
Rounded up. Herded it into the arena.
There's a funny little skit about that. That's funny.
Kind of has to rope some of them.
Yeah, sometimes you do. Okay, come on, guys. Ready? Got my link. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about because Laura had reached out to me from the Daffy, what does Daffy stand for? I'll tell you here in just a second. But I'm going to drop this link into chat. So that's, the DAFI. They're doing a little sweepstake thing. So, a little $5 entry, and they're giving away some gel plates and all kinds of things. So, help a good cause, and you might get some gel printing stuff. So, there you go. Check it out there. That's the link to do that. I told her I would talk about it. And if I wasn't going to do it at the very beginning, then probably wasn't going to happen. So, I had to get that out of the way. Because I was going to forget.
Yeah, well. Good to know.
Just,
It's not,
All right, that's it. I'm done. Those are the announcements.
Excellent. I'm just going to put
Yes.
down that piece of paper there just for chuckles. All right.
Disabled Artists Foundation Incorporated. Yes, Daffy.
A good one.
Hi, Myra. Welcome. I believe you were new. We're friendly.
We are, for the most part.
If anybody isn't, just let me know.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, we've gotten rid of ones that aren't.
Typically.
They didn't hang long.
Yeah, they don't.
All right, Thirsty Thoughts, July 6th. Hey, I've still got time.
For what?
To sign up. And
Yes,
still
on your
behave.
own. Yes, yeah, that would be lovely. I mean, I don't know why you think you're
Being
special.
Really
I have a
ugly,
headache.
ugly about that. She's kind of snarly.
Yeah.
Have you had something to eat? Are you?
I've eaten. I've had caffeine. I don't know if I've had enough water, but I think it's the pressure change because we've had some weather coming through.
Oh yeah, and we're supposed to get some. I wanted to thank Jeanette.
Just
I found the stamps. I had put them someplace to keep them safe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lost our Christmas decorations for 2 years once because I put them away to keep them safe. Mm-hmm. We found them when we moved.
And then I think she hit him again. Or just got rid of him. She's like,
I don't know what happened.
That's done with that whole
way
jolly
far,
ho-ho Christmas business.
Yeah.
The kids are gone. Whatever.
Yeah. Screw it. Then Izzy came along. I thought I was done with that. But obviously not. Okay, so it's the 6th of July. These thoughts occurred as I was working in Akiko's colorful journal. Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
That's its name. Fabulous. I didn't change it because I thought it was still, then it's going to be fabulous, sir.
Mm-hmm. More fabuloso.
Yes. I hope so. I just, I wanted to share my thoughts with you about this because I think maybe some of you might have the initial thoughts that I thought of, like, I don't know how I feel about, working on somebody else's.
There have been comments.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the concerns there.
Yeah.
I have them also.
She did.
So here's what I came up with, because as I'm going through this and doing little things to it, I feel like I'm having a dialogue with Akiko. I feel like we're talking back and forth.
Yes. Dear Lord. 5 minutes in.
Okay.
No, 10. Yeah, pull it together, woman.
Let's have a little snort here. Have a little snort. Honoring the original vision,
Yes.
whilst still adding my contribution, with permission of the artist, to what I deem as needing more of what was already there.
Yeah.
That's my impetus. That's my goal.
And one of the other things I think that is very, very important to keep in mind here is that, number one, Akiko sent us these journals knowing and wanting us to participate in this way. And originally these books, journals, were meant, I mean, this is what she makes them for. She sells them for people to write in. And we don't really write, we make art. And this is our way of interacting with this beautiful, piece of art in the way that, we know how to. That's kind of how did I sum it up?
I think you did.
Did I steal all your thoughts?
You did. This is my guiding force as I alter, change, and add to the beautiful art book Akiko has sent to me. As I look and study the papers, the book as a whole, I see a dialogue between myself and Akiko and what is tangible.
Yeah.
Then I have another conversation asking her if this was an invitation of sorts to join in and add to the story that she started. It is my fervent desire that I have accomplished this. My thought in this is honor and integrity, and I'm very cognizant of that as I venture forth and do things inside the book. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you some of the things that I have been working
And
on.
I felt that way even about, Julie Torrance's book too. I mean,
Oh,
hers
yeah.
was very specifically a written, like meant to journal in type of journal, which then I altered into more of art book. But, I had that feeling there too. And so this whole journey with each different book is having, like you said, a conversation with the creator.
Yes. And I try to listen. I try to listen carefully and do it very mindfully.
Yes.
Okay, you can go topside.
Look at you. All business now.
All right, now I'm going to. Mariah said I need to move. Am I good? Am I in?
You're more in. You're still a little edged.
Good?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, there.
Yeah.
All right, I want you to keep in mind this page because there's this piece of fabric here.
Come in this way.
Oh, I need to come up.
Yeah, there we go.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. I'll put old red over here on the side. We don't want him
I need
sticking
that
up
hot
there
dog just sticking
like
up.
a lipstick.
Joshy. He's downstairs rolling mats, but he's also in the chat.
Is he?
He's
Hi,
sneaking in.
Joshy. That's so funny we can say that. All right, so I want you to keep this in mind, and I told Mariah we need to find that glue that works with fabric because we may do something with this front page sort of as a
Right.
as an intro to get you, the viewer, you, the visual participant, as you thumb through the book to understand where it's going. All I did here was add, and this is kind of cool because I think these were the tags that were being built that you were talking about. That we did the ATCs, but we also did a whole thing with tags, and I think that's a good one to watch because a lot of those tags ended up in this particular journal. All right, now I have stuff falling out here because this is to help me remember. This page occurred, and you'll see where later. And these little cutouts, I save all of this stuff because I never know if I'm going to need it or not.
Yes, it's best to save it until you really feel like you're done.
You're done.
And then
Dunsies.
I think because we're gonna end up packaging up the pieces and parts left over from the one I'm working on, we might as well do that with yours as well.
Yeah, and actually, I'm probably not going to have that much. I've really been using them as I go along.
Oh, good.
Okay. So, I love this. And remember, we had coffee bean. That was a tag that was... And I'm really... Mariah, I need that stencil. I know I had it at one time, but I think I gave it to you.
You did. And then I have it back. I think it's downstairs. Do you need it now?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just... You know, whatever.
It ended up downstairs, I think, probably for photographs, and then...
It just didn't make it back up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to get this page to be very symmetrical here. So I'm going to use chompers. There we go. Okay. How's that?
Yeah, and slide a little bit more over. Yeah.
Okay. So, when you open this up like this, look at how perfect this is. The little tags you can just see on the edge here. These little things are sticking out here, little wingies. And I really wish that ribbon was just a little bit longer, but, you know, it's sticking out there.
All right, do me one favor.
What?
Scoot everything about 1 more inch.
Which way?
Towards your umbrella-looking thingies. And your umbrella things.
I don't want you to look at those right now.
Oh, good. Well, yeah.
We're
Perfect. Not. Okay, now scoot a little bit more over. Right up against them. With the book. That's good. I'm liking that better.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll move my booties.
Now it looks like the little umbrella thing's coming out of your head.
What umbrella thing?
And you know, the little umbrella thingy.
Oh, these over here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my head on the thing. I was going to go, well, geez, how's that working out? That was a funny. Okay. So, and then you just flip it over and look at the reds here. You flip this back over this way. You've got the reds here and these lovely little... The only thing, and I just talked to Mariah about this, we're going to see if we can come up with, because I would like some of that to be mirrored on this page. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, and I could even take it to the opposite corner, but I think I need something in this space. I just don't want a lot of something.
Yeah.
I want this to be the place where your eyes can breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving right along. 3. And this is really great because the texture paste,
holds it
light
in.
and fluffy, is grabbing onto that little ribbon there. They're hugging each other.
Yeah,
real
it's
tight.
grippy.
Grippy. Love that. And here's the bacon, beans, and eggs.
Apple says the pops of red are energizing.
They are. As is yellow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so cool. I really, as I've pried it off of this page, when I shut it up and clamp it shut, it has a tendency to stick, but it's pulling off some of the silver over there, and it's really, I think that's very cool. Haven't done anything here. I'm thinking about this page. Nothing has come to me, and I don't do anything unless I really know exactly what it is. I'm having a dialogue, but nothing. It's not talking to me yet. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. Remember this guy? Well, now that I've painted both sides with the stuff, I mean, this baby is sticking like a champ. So I don't really need my little...
Your piece?
Yeah, that thing. Whatever that thing's called. I can't remember. You know.
Belly band?
Band thing. Yeah.
Band thing.
You know, semi...
Page strap.
Page strap. Alright. Now I want to make sure that you're seeing this. Okay. So, you notice this right here. Look at this. And I told Mariah...
Yeah, the restraining band.
Restraining band, yes.
Right. Devin, remember.
Sometimes it has a vertical as well as a horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
and
this.
And if it goes across, it's called sash.
Sash, yes. Oh, I have one of those too. I guess I haven't made it to that page. I don't know. Sometimes they stick together and I forget. Look at this. And I told Mariah, I said, I really wished I could say that was... And you know, in a way, maybe it was like subconsciously.
Right.
But I did not plan that. It just occurred.
But those circles lined up.
And when I glued this down, did I glue this down on...
No, you
I
guys
talked about it.
You guys probably remember the print because she did all the stamping around it. And
all that good stuff.
business. But
Well,
then she used Paula's, so that circled the little
yeah, it's this
parasol looking,
this jobby right here.
or sun. It could be a lot of things.
I just absolutely, and that is what, you know, those are the stencils that you're going to use all the time.
Those are the
They may not be sexy and wonderful and whatever, but these kind of things are workhorses. You will use them in all different areas. And I just noticed this after I did it again. It's one of those peripheral things that, you know, is in the back of your subconscious. You just go ahead and do it, and then it seems so very right. That's what happened here. And look at this over here on this page. This is the breather page. And then this here. Isn't that wonderful? And I kept thinking, well, maybe I need some black. But then I thought, no, I need to reference this page here. So I glued down. Okay, I'm pausing because I want you to tell me what it is, because I don't call it the right thing.
Oh, yeah, she says, you know, melting lava? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, melty Morocco.
Melty Morocco.
But this is one of the ones. Okay, and let me kind of say, all right, number one, the sun parasol looking one, that is from the ATC Japanese, Memories of Japan. Sorry. Woo, brain. By Paula King. Those ATC sets, along with like the stripper sets, if you do books like this, ATCs, anything small or where you want something small done to it, those are awesome stencils to have. Because number one, you get such variety within the sets. And that Melty Morocco is one of those stripper sets. I think it's volume... Oh, let's see. Hold
And
on.
this is actually the insides.
Yes, that little piece is the inside.
And then see, I also glued the extra little piece that I cut off to put this on. I just went ahead and glued it because it works really well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Voila.
So, volume 2. Strippers, volume 2.
And then, of course, you saw me do, you know, my asemic writing here. And and it's over here and references, you know, even though mine doesn't say anything in particular, it's decorative, and I think it works nicely. And then I went ahead and took these and extended them up here because remember I was having trouble as I was working with this page. I kept having to re-glue the edges there, and this kind of takes care of that problem.
And now, so those are the little pieces, the round cool things from the printable set that we showed on Tuesday from Julie Torrance.
There you go. Oh, and this stencil.
She turned them blue.
What?
You turned them blue.
Yeah, I made them blue.
Or blue.
Well, they needed to be. They needed to be more turquoisey. I wanted them more in this range.
Yeah.
And actually, I was trying to match that, but you can see I didn't do a really bang up job.
I don't think that matters.
It's okay. All right, so this here is what I used for circles. Because I already had these circles. I didn't have any that looked like that. I had some graduated circles, and I tried those. I didn't like them. And then I just thought, well, why not? What is this called?
Oh, that one? Okay, so that is the Peas in a Pod by Carrie Griffiths. Now, yours will not come this way. You have to cut your own out, around.
Yeah, around the edge. It'll just be blocked off. And you can leave it like that.
Yeah.
I find it much more interesting, and I work better with that organic edge because I use it as a shadow.
Lisa says her strippers are worn out.
Our strippers are worn out. They do. I don't know how many sets of these I had because I literally went all
Well,
wild.
you like to glue. You really like to glue those down.
I really like to glue them down, and I recognize that. Yeah, not everybody wants to glue them down. Or I actually sent off a set.
Yes, you
remember
are.
to somebody that I can't remember what my reasoning for that was, but yeah. Anywho, okay. But look at that. Is Akiko, is she here? She's probably not here.
No, she works.
She works. She'll see this later, and this will be nice. She can really just sit and enjoy it. love these little guys. I love this paper clip. I don't necessarily love its functionality. It's a pain in the butt. It keeps coming loose. I want to add something to it to make it a little more. All right, now I want you to see this little teaser on the edge here. Yeah? Voila! Okay, so do you remember what this page looked like? She was up here and she was on the diagonal, and then there was a diagonal fold across with this cool little jobber right here holding down a medallion. And I left this on here. I'm taking it off right now because it's driving me crazy, and I don't want it on there. I just knew that if I didn't have it someplace where I could fetch it,
never gonna find it.
I'd never find it again. And so I'm just going to retie this with a little bit of an overhand knot. Left enough. I happen to have some of this cord. So I've got this. This helps me find this page, right? This is all I had left. These little pieces right here were all I had left from that page after and Akiko had so thoughtfully just glued it down around the edges so I could take my finger and just break it loose all the way around and left that little bit around the edge. And then this is the other pocket, right?
Mm-hmm. That you
the same time that I created. And what I did to reinforce these is I just folded them in half. So I didn't have to worry about it because Mariah's always giving me guff about the other side.
So what she does a lot of times is like she folds just like the pocket in, and I'm like, you know, I get that you're trying to make it be able to hold more in a way, like it pops out because she folds those in. But then what you create is a situation on the inside where there's stuff to like catch. So
I didn't fold anything in on this one because I knew I was going to use these little jobbers, which are also from the papers.
Yeah,
paper
the printables.
set. Printables. And I don't know if I changed the color on these. I think I did a little bit maybe. Just heightened the yellow. And all I did is take a pencil and put a little bit of yellow up there on her face. And then I made these. And here's a piece. You know, I'm kind of taking a page out of Mariah's book and using little pieces to direct the eye and whatnot and help you remember that that's where this came. And this little piece was just a little circle piece that I put in. And it goes in a very specific way because I want to emphasize her head there, not cover it up. And this little circle goes over here to complete that circle.
Details, y'all. Details.
Now, I tried to work the medallion in on this page because remember it had the medallion that was attached to this little jobber here. It just did not work.
Well, once you introduced the yellow, it probably just didn't make... They fought.
They fought, and then it just became abundantly clear that the thing I wanted was... And see, look on this side. Isn't that cool?
Yes, it is a gusset, right? In the pocket, or no?
It creates more, yes. And actually, it's kind of nice. I used it a lot when I did my doors because I knew I was going to have a lot of tags in there.
Yeah.
And it keeps it a little bit more sturdy when you do that, rather than the flat. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so now we arrive on this page.
Now we have arrived here.
A little bit of an interference here, but I kind of gave it a little bit of a push.
Now you're gonna, if you want them to see the flap, you need to scoot it in even more.
Okay. See this? That's the other side of this. I didn't change that. Now, here's the medallion. And here's the reason I put it on this page. Is because look at this turquoise.
And look at all those circles.
And look at all the circles. I mean, you know, and here we go. What is this called?
Sashiko. And actually, that's a great lead in. So, Sashiko is now available in Gen Pop. I thought it was going to be at the end of the month, but no, today. So, if you want Sashiko circles, they are available to everyone.
And I'm telling you what, this is a good one.
I like that Sashiko
You know, it's another one of those workhorses. I'm going to glue this a little.
Well, and it's circular, so it just makes fun.
And I knew when I was...
It's good fun.
See what I was doing here on that when I was trying to make that go where it needed to go. I got a little carried away with forcing that. And I might have to come in and do a little bit of missionary work on the edge there, but that's all right. I can do that. I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to pull out, and I love this because it's, and we're going to work on this today. I promise that's what we're going to do. I was going to do this the other day, and I just didn't. There wasn't enough time in the day. I want to do this type of doodling because I've kind of formalized it, and I feel comfortable doing it in front of someone rather than, you know, just struggling and making random stupid lines and whatnot.
Doodling. Okay,
so here's El Señor Gato.
I love El Señor Gato.
Isn't he wonderful? He just has such panache and personality. And I just, you know, I love the fact that, you know, when people pull out that tag, they're going to see him on the other. Oh, and I did change his little thing. Remember, I had one of those ones that I rescued from Izzy. The
straggly one. Yeah.
And I thought this was great because that really brings in this here.
It's more
and
erect.
Then this. It is more erect. And less, you know.
Wiggly.
Okay.
El Señor Gato, I'm sure he's very appreciative of that.
I love this paper. It has that little subtle gold to it, which, you know, that's kind of referenced throughout. It's beautiful paper. I really like it a lot. I love this. And, you know, this goes with that one that I want. It's a companion piece.
Well, it's a freebie, the one that you want. We used to hand that out. So now, if you place an order and you want a particular freebie, please be descriptive and let me know, and I will do my very best.
Well, what's this one called?
That is the tracery, because that's the tracery mandalas. But it is the little freebie that is not included in the set.
I really like it, and you will. It's just I miss it a lot. And
and the other thing is that I got to a point where there's either a short or a long, so you need to request if you want a short or a long.
I want both.
Well, I hear you.
Of course. All right, now we get to this page, and I hope you will remember what it looked like before, but it didn't have this. It didn't have this. And I rounded this corner because that kind of made it go like this.
Yeah.
Draws your eye around. And I was messing around with this thing, and I really thought about taking it off. But I didn't want to do that. I was only as a last resort. So I was just sticking pieces of paper in here and whatnot. I had this left over from the tags that you saw earlier, right? And this began as a brayer off, remember?
Don't throw those brayer offs away.
Don't throw those brayer offs away. And it's red and black, and I can't remember what I was doing with it. But anyway, this also, you know, I think one of the things that's really important when you do these kind of journals is that you have some kind of continuity. You're repeating things, right? Motifs. So I wrote myself, and then I was cleaning off my nested circle stencil because I wanted to stencil, sorry.
Stamp.
Thank you. Stamp to do it in red, which
that's
I don't know.
impressive.
I've already gone by that one. I don't know if I did or not. I think I missed a page. Anyway, I wrote myself a note here. It just seemed like something was needed here. Using the existing design. So then I got to look at this color here. I mean, for holy cow's sake, that is almost identical. So I wrapped this around. Look at that. Look at that. And it fits through that little spot there because she used these little elevated hooty-doos, you know, squishy things, to put that there. So then I went ahead and stamped, I glued down this piece because I thought that referenced this. It keeps your eye going around here. And then the circle, this business here, circle here. I've got circles all over the place here. And then it brings you around. You come back up to the black here, and then you start your journey all over again. How about that? Very proud of that. Okay, now this is the page that I'm thinking about. Remember I told you I cleaned off my nested circle stamp to do that. But isn't that great? Now here's some on the inside, and I don't know if those are our nested circles or not. They sure could be.
Where? Which ones are you pointing at? Yes.
Okay, on the inside.
I would assume so.
But this one's not.
That is not.
That
I
is
would say
not.
that's probably a Seth After stamp.
Because it has a little hootie-doo thing on it, and we don't have the hootie-doos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all letting Seth know that, you know, we're giving him some props.
Yeah. And I do love this paint jar.
I think that's one of his stamps, too.
I like it a lot. It's a good one. But now watch this. And I hope that you can get it all in, all the way across here.
Pretty much, I think, for the most part. And I love that cherry business that's happening. You know, the big pink cherry over there.
The big pink cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then look here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I took and I stamped that. Then I stamped this one up here, and I matched it up, and look at this. This is the tag. So when you put it in, it matches up, sort of, kind of, to there.
Look at that.
That's brilliant, right?
Matchy,
so then,
matchy.
matchy. Then I went ahead, thought I needed something over here. And I wanted to remember we're talking about, Mariah said, I just love how you made that little wonky. Well, I was kind of insulted because I thought it was all lined up. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I did try.
I like that it isn't. I think it's...
Tried to make it a little bit more, but I think the more that I tried to make it look...
square it up.
Square it up, the more it emphasized its kind of, you know... it's a Leaning Tower of Pisa situation here. And then I went ahead and stamped over here because I love this line of circles.
Ooh, Terry Jones. She's deep in editing a video that will be dropped on the Alcohol Inc. Art Community YouTube page. She featured the Aqueous Effervescence broken stencil in the large. Very nice. Thank you, Terry.
Yes. We love things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We really honestly do. Look at my cut matches.
Can you, will you send me a link? Either in message or, you know, email or something, because I'll forget. I'm going to write it down, but my little list of things here.
Yeah, sometimes she loses her list, and God knows I do.
Yeah.
But isn't this just, I know, I'm very proud of this spread. I think it's done. Didn't do anything to this, and I love this coppery business going on there. You know, every time I look at this, and I do, and I have been looking at it quite a lot here lately, because obviously I've been working in it. Okay, so we get to this page. Now I'm going to have to move my thing on this side so that we get a nice, yeah. Okay. Actually, I didn't need to do anything to this page, but I thought, you know, I had these little pieces over here on the side of my thing, and I was just, pardon me, ready to scrape them off and put them into the trash.
What? Oh, your little pieces.
My little pieces.
Yeah.
And these little yellow dots. I thought, I don't know that it needs that, but I think it adds something. It gives a reference, a cross-reference here. And the yellow is a little, you know, it's a bit.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's soft, subtle.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've already talked about these tags. Don't really need to talk about those anymore. But here's some of that ribbon that El Señor Gato had on his top, and I changed it out with one that I had.
That's the limp fluff.
Yes, so that he has more erect fluff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what did I want? Oh my gosh. Got to go back and find it now. Here it is. This is the number 3. Mariah says it's not valid.
Mm-mm.
But it's a 5 minus 2.
Mm-hmm.
3. Those
Roman numerals.
Roman numerals. Those little pieces came off of the circles here. So they had to remain as is. There. I thought that was bloody clever. You know, I don't know that everybody's going to appreciate that, but I don't know. I have something to say about it, but it's probably not appropriate. Now, this stuff has been hanging behind me back here on the line for months. I don't even know what its original color was. Do you remember, Mariah?
Gold.
Really?
It was originally gold. Pretty sure of that.
Well, it's had different lives, and I think...
It has.
But
although, now that you say that, though, I'm kind of questioning.
Because it
could have been orange.
Turquoise.
Oh, and then I was also thinking turquoise.
Well, I covered up a lot of turquoise, but there were some other colors in there also. So it's hard to tell.
And we've done things with it.
Yeah.
Some things worked out.
It jump placed beautifully.
That's why we're questioning its color.
Yes. All right. So there's already a precedent within the book for this layered effect of flopping, you know, semi back and forth. And I was just looking at this, and I think it's just, it goes so well with this string stencil stamp, which I think that's probably a stamp, I'm guessing. And this really cool, I don't know where it's from or whatever, or what Akiko has done to it.
Hey, Joan.
But I love this black, solid black.
All right, woman, you need to kind of move along if you're going to get to doodling today.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, this is what I'm going to be working on.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it today, but I wanted to let you know where we are with this. As I've got the pull off.
Plus, it's really cool because if she shows you this in stages, then
you can really appreciate the final. And this was what I said. I don't know if this is going to go back. I may just put this back here, but this is what these were for. And the reason I want them to be here...
here's the crazy thing about that mesh stuff. I think you have to look at floral places. Because remember, it's not paper.
It's not. You cannot tear it. It does not tear. It's a cut only.
And so I don't know that the fine paper companies, like, you know, the Mulberry, or what is it, Mulberry something or other, they have a lot of really cool artisan papers.
Somebody sent us this.
Yeah, I believe it was either Judy P. or Lisa. Series Heka.
Yeah, but it's incredibly cool stuff.
It is very cool, but
and
hard to deal with.
Strong.
You have to cut it. It does not tear.
It does not tear.
And that's why I say I think that it is more of a floral thing because it's supposed to hold up to, you know, wet.
All right, so I thought to attach it with these little jobbers on the outside so that this is going to open up like this. So I've got 3 of those little things. And then it's going to look really cool on the other side.
Yes.
Because it's going to be right there with that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
the plan.
That's the plan. And, you know, I want Mariah to spray these so they're not quite so brilliant white.
I don't know, though. As you were showing them there, I don't mind that.
That showing through that white?
Yeah, so much.
Well, I kind of did, and it's muckied up on some.
Okay.
But, you know, whatever. I think that looks so cool with that little half a parasol or whatever.
Yeah.
With an,
you know, I could take the Posca marker and just do black on the back side of it. Or red.
Well, I could gel plate that.
Well, be careful, because you'll get mucky muck on the one side.
Yeah, that's true. And I have already, these were created with the scrape off from the other, from this one in the middle of the page, the star.
One. Right, the
star
thick one.
page. Yeah. So I just scraped them off onto this. Well.
Yes, exactly. So that's one of the things that, that floral stuff, that's why P has used it on the gel plate before, because it holds up. Now, it's going to build up and clog up.
And see, this was just from a brayer off strip here, which I then done this yellow from the stencil butter, and you can see it's kind of shiny.
Oh, Fidget says that the black fiber paper she believes is called orchid bark.
Oh.
Look at us learning things.
Yeah, well, see, we didn't purchase it. Somebody sent us just.
And I had looked.
So we don't know.
And the reason my guess about the whole floral thing and whatever is that we have this other stuff that we know is floral.
Yes.
That is in composition of, like, its fiber and how it holds up is very similar. Now, it's not that cool little circular business.
And Akiko, this is all the stuff that you sent me, little pieces and parts. Your darling letter, which I have yet to get back into the shape of a crane, but, you know,
She's bound to.
one of these days. One of these days. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, it's getting
chunkier.
It's getting chunkier, but I still haven't made it, you know, go all.
Well, and you're also storing things in there that probably aren't, like, you know, the big full pieces of paper. That it's not going to necessarily be the
that they're not going to be. Right. They're not going to be in there. And I want to keep this little jobber with this because I have an idea for that too. Found that up here on the rack. Okay. So, let's see. What did I do with
You gonna doodle?
Those doodle papers? Oh, and on the edge of those circles, I've been using pencil. I went ahead and sprayed them with, and I was going to talk about this, Mariah, on one of those pages.
Go ahead.
Okay, one of those pages that close like this, I'm going to stamp it so that it hits both doorways. I can't tell you which one it is right now, and I've already got it put away. So anyway, Mariah, help me remember that.
The nested circle stamps are a prominent feature throughout.
Yes, they are.
They have been popular in the, you know, mass ordering of stamps here lately too. So
yes.
Also, now that we're kind of mentioning that, just want to say to those of you that have placed stamp orders, please be patient with us. We are running a bit behind. We're keeping the machine going, but this is just, you know, we're getting through production, and, you know, there's just been a lot, and we had not anticipated this.
We really didn't need to show the stamps.
Well, it's funny because so Carrie showed his stamps, and then Froyle showed her stamps, and then Peace been showing the stamps. So it all had kind of, you know, blossomed all at once, which is great. I mean, it's fantastic. We will get through them, but just wanted to, like, give you guys a heads up that, you know, it may be a little bit longer than we normally take. I mean, you know us. We usually get things out, like, the next day. It's not going to be the next day. Maybe 2 to 3 days.
Yes. Downtime.
Yeah.
Well, and also, we had the heat wave hit, and solving the problem with getting the air conditioning unit here to cool down the garage. So
it's you want to even be out there.
The person
that goes out there
working it and the machine are all happy.
Yes.
You know,
it's been like 100 and something.
Oh, it's horrible, 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 horrible. Okay,
and it keeps threatening. Like, we had nice clouds back there. It was actually, rain came out of the sky, but not a lot. It was just little.
Problem is,
yes, the stamp frenzy.
I know I'm kind of waffling here. Oh, this will be a good one if I can get it separated from its surroundings.
It did drop the other night, actually on the 4th, or 3rd. On the 3rd, something was coming in, but it was all up, you know, further north from us. But the temperature dropped a bit, which was kind of nice. But, you know, the next day it's right back to hot.
Hot mama. All right, I got this one out because in case you want to go with dark on light, this would be a good one. And the reason it's all done around the edges is because, remember, I was cleaning off this stencil?
Mm-hmm.
And just rubbed it to the outside. And look, here's a little bit of getting my eyebrow pencil to start working over there. Just a little bit of information. Don't look at my math on that. Okay, where are we here? Okay, we're going to grab these jobbers.
Bye, Susan.
Because the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to paint some areas a different color, but we're going to use transparent paint so that we can utilize what we already have on the paper. Because, I mean, you know, why not? Why would we want to cover it up? Right?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's got that. So I've got my little piece of paper here that I've been using, trying to, and obviously you can see it's not working out all that well, but, you know, I do try. Not have to change this paper every 15 minutes. It drives me crazy. Okay, so on this one, it's a little on the mealy side, but that's not going to matter for what we're doing. It does matter if you're stamping, but we're going to be doodling. So, voila.
Now, I will say that the mealy is a bit tricky when using the very fine tip.
Yeah, it bumps along.
Yeah, but that one's always that way anyway. I've been... It cracked me up because when I was watching Darcy do her stuff, she had talked about that. Because it does. It like catches and then it just flicks. Little spatter. You know,
yeah.
Well, she'll show you the tip.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. With this is phthalo green blue shade. I'm just going to put some colors out here. And that way I'll be able to mix and match them. Oh, I think I didn't do that because...
Thank you, Wendy.
I have phthalo yellow. Do I have phthalo blue? Yeah. And the little one, because remember we bought the whole set.
Great way to buy, like if you're just getting started or you're just now wanting to kind of invest in some higher end paints. Buying those sets is the way to go. Number one, it gives you like small amounts. You can find some colors that you really, really like, and they are usually very reasonably, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes they even have like sales on the sets.
Sometimes.
And that's true with the colored pencils as well.
Mm-hmm.
And remember to give these a shake, shake, shake.
Are the new stencils and stamps in the store yet? Which new stencils and stamps are we speaking of, Sandra? Which one are you looking for? Bye, Helen. Hey,
Bye,
Helen, did you
Helen.
get my email? I don't know if you emailed me back or not. It's just been a little...
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to start, and I just pulled my brush out here. And I'm really not going to worry about it, except I'm going to make little areas of blocked in color. This is not how you have to do this, for heaven's sakes. But this is how I did, you know, the one that I showed you. And the thing is you want to color in your white area, because if there's one thing, it's not very attractive. I don't know. Yeah.
What are you saying?
The white areas, the edges of your paper.
Oh, yeah. You know I don't really care for that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so Rhonda found out that, as far as she can tell, the stuff is called sisal mesh. And it's sold for event table toppers and floral wrapping. See, my suspicions were correct, perhaps. That's a little bold there in that corner.
It's not going to stay in the corner.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Helen. Go to sleep. Good night.
Yes, good night. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with us. Just dipping this in my dirty water over here.
That's right. Make your thumbs upsies count. Do it erectly. It's like a good handshake. All right, are you going to give us a little chit-chat while you...
Isn't that, no.
No.
This is your...
That's my job?
It's your job.
Okay. Well, welcome to those of you who have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. We will love to, be chatty and, converse and this, that, and the other. Our chat is very, very friendly. But if you want to hang out in the background, that's totally fine.
Totally fine.
If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Ring the bell. Sometimes you get notified. And that's the spiel.
That's the spiel. Okay, the thing that I'm doing here, I'm probably not, I don't know what that deal over there is. What happened there? Oh, well.
Oh, thank you, Terry. And Terry, I made you a mod if you want to drop that link into that channel where the video's going to show up.
Some red.
Hello, Dawn.
I don't know if I need magenta or if I need naphtha.
I don't agree with that.
You don't?
Why are you bringing in the red?
Just because I need some red.
Well, I know, but I think that I would do that at the very, very end. But, you know, okay. She's in charge. She's the lady with the paintbrush.
Hey, the whole thing is, I'm just trying to get some little blocks of color here that I can work inside of.
Okay. I like that mix. That was a good mix.
And it doesn't really... What?
Lynn says the red is the drama queen.
The red is the drama queen. That's right. Well, I've obviously got something else on this paper. I don't know exactly what.
Something's happening there, yeah.
Something's happening here. You not know what.
Some things are activating.
Or resisting.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying.
See that?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, huh?
It's either white paint or glue.
Yeah, it could be glue. Knowing the way that I glue, it certainly could be glue. Oh, let's get some dirty yellow out here. We've already got some kind of dirty yellow going anyway.
I like the center part. You need to water that down a little bit. Hello, Jolly John. Hello, Robin. The laser printer that we use is an HP. I don't think that it is available anymore, the particular model that we have. But yeah, I was interested in the tank one. Now, we don't have that one.
What is it?
The laser printer, you know, because they have like a tank version, kind of like how we have the Epson and the inkjet with the tanks.
Yeah.
They do make a laser printer. We don't have that one, but if I were to replace ours or have to get a new one, I would definitely try that one. And I know the one that we have, they no longer sell anymore. But it is an HP.
Okay, I'm going to put that aside and let that dry.
Oh, Lisa Mingus said she would like a little quick lesson on making chartreuse. So if you have...
Chartreuse. Is that like green?
Yeah, lime green. Like here. Oh, hey. We can refer back to our book.
Number 001. Let's see if this is even...
But it kind of depends on, you know, what you have, too.
This is true. Now this is kind of... And I haven't swatched this out, so I don't really know.
001. A yellow-green is what we called it. New. You did green gold plus 3 drops of teal.
There you go. Hot diggity. And I think it is slightly. I didn't want to mix it in with that because I thought, you know, I don't know. Let's see what happens here.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to know what we're talking about with the numbers, this is the, you know, P's guide, the Mixed Media Artist acrylic guide.
Mixed Media Artist acrylic guide.
Mm-hmm. To mixing paints, which if you are not used to just, you know, kind of a method of mixing without actual measurements, then this might not be the book for you.
Because I just say a dollop of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that.
But it should get you kind of, you know, moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
But that's available over on our website. I'll drop a link. It's a cool little, I mean, if anything, it's fun to look through. And if you are learning about color theory or more interested in understanding the color wheel, this might be a fun way. And it's a free little guide that we have on our website to do so. And just keep in mind that even if we do call out a name brand of paint, it's more of a suggestion. Really, you're looking for, okay, well, what blue do I have? What green do I have? What yellow do I have? That sort of thing. And then you will figure out probably what mixture or what amounts get you closest.
Yeah. It's like everything. I think if you have a little bit of your time and energy invested in it, it's going to be more of a satisfying experience.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting some yellow out here. And you always need yellow. I always muck up the end of that, but that's okay. It's my paint. I can do that.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, and they're not all created equally by any means. We even knew that, like, whenever we got ours.
What?
That the HPs seem to have the best review as far as being ones that could be utilized, especially for printing laser prints for laser transfers.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I just remember you telling me that.
Well, I think I read...
You'd done the research.
Well, you know, I was busy watching...
Nitsa.
And I mean, this chick can do some painting, do some transfers.
Yeah.
I mean, she seriously can.
With photographs.
With photographs. And I mean, she's the one that I watched over and over and over again. And the only thing is, you know, I think this is so true of a lot of those. And I try not to do that to y'all. That I just assume that y'all know what I'm talking about. And I don't need to give you any background information. I just go on like a steamroller.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the live stream. And we constantly say, hey, if you are new and you have a question, please ask. Because we might just accidentally, you know, not tell you some things.
And
hey, Anthony.
It's sometimes it's not a, and I think maybe it is not with her also. It's just that what happens when you have done it so many times that you're just you don't think anybody wants to hear that again.
Yeah, or
you don't want to hear
or
it
you're
again.
like, okay, well, I don't know where you're at on coming in on the journey. So yeah. Hey, Becky.
And it would help if I had a really good brush, but this just happened to be the one that was already over there wet. It's got separating bristles. It's a bit of a whip. No, that's not wet paint. Dirty water over here.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Acme. Definitely. And heck, I think if you even wanted to use chartreuse, the stencil butter, because they have a chartreuse.
Oh, yeah, they do.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a nice mucky muck color. I have to do that again down here.
Yes, Wendy, that is very true. It becomes second nature and then can be hard to explain to others. Yeah, because sometimes you also don't want to you know, you don't want to leave stuff out, but then you don't want to treat somebody like, you know, they're, you know, 2 years old.
And it's a fine balance.
It is.
Well, I'm just going to have to live with that, I guess.
Oh, Silver Granny found chartreuse in the Deco Art Folk Art line.
Oh, there you go.
Another way that you can come at it is if you have a teal-like color, add yellow.
Yeah.
Any of your lighter green paints that you have, add more yellow. I would say that it would be hard to take something like Jenkins and turn it into a little tiny bit. Yeah, don't start with it. You would actually start with the yellow and add the Jenkins to the yellow.
Yeah.
Miriam says that it's okay if we talk to her like she's 2 years old. She
Well,
likes the artsy tips. You're so sweet.
All right. Now, do you see what happened here? Well, other than my...
Yes, I like that too. And as you grow as a channel, a lot of times you can say, hey, well, we've done that, you know. If you go back to this video, or here's some good basics, especially if you're gel printing, we do have a basics video. And I thought that that was a darn good one because it was a live stream. So there were questions asked. It really moved us in some cool directions that we weren't really even anticipating. And that was a great one.
Yeah.
And we have that on our website too, like as a blog.
Yeah. Okay, this is still wet. I really, you know, I should have planned this a little bit better.
Yeah.
I was just so excited about the art book back here that I kind of, but maybe I've got something over here in my...
Oh, indeed, Sandy. The color prompt is always a flexible way, or flexible to allow whatever you have. Experiment until you get the color you want. Or here's another thing. Do you have something lime green that's in fabric, yarn, fibers, paper?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because then you could utilize that, and then if you have paint in the aqua teal range of things, then you're good to go there. Or vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, let's see here. I'm trying to kind of go through these. Bottle. Monica has a question, a bit off subject. Please tell me what P uses her pencil shavings for. All sorts of weird things. She likes to make journal covers out of them sometimes. She mixes in with paste and such. They get a little dangerous.
I'm just chuckling.
She's over here chuckling because she thinks it's so funny.
I'm just chuckling. All right, good deal. I've got some pieces left over from my other thing. You know, this is why. Of course, this is amazing that I can find them. Because this is my stuff that I'm taking to the retreat. Okay, I don't think I'm going to have to use that. But that's basically what this started off as. You can see that, right? Yeah. And then I came in and I just started coloring in some areas. And then this here is kind of from my other one that you saw from the back of El Señor Gato. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that right there because I might use that. I don't know. But I think these are interesting. And the thing about it is.
Oh yes, Sandy, glue them in there or staple them. That stuff that Akiko did, like with the, you know, even for her tags, she wound up those, the kind of leathery type, you know, it's usually to make necklaces. But she wound it and then stapled it, so you could even staple those into your journals or your books or onto your tags. If you want to keep the fabric more fabric feeling, sew it, staple it. You can even do little hand stitch things. If you want to just run strips of glue, which I noticed that Kiko also did in her journals with things, because if you want to keep the fabric-y, you know, moving and still fabric-y.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, all right, I'm just going to tell you right now, I really don't like that little bitty one. Number one, I can't ever get it to go white.
The little
Now,
itty
the marker.
yeah, with the tiny tip. Here, give it to me so I can show them. Yeah, this is the little itty bitty one.
Yeah.
Oh, now this one doesn't have as much of a... Or is that the one that has like a pointy tip?
I think it's a pointy tip.
This one
But this
is
one
not.
also is a pointy tip.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's a bullet tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, see, look. No, that's not the right one. Hold on.
All right. Well, whatever. All right. So I just start out.
I hate it when she
Just
me like,
you know, I'm just like whatever. You
it's
know,
not
just,
whatever.
Whatever. Just talk about it and
Here.
tell them about it.
Look. Well, I think the tip on it was, but somebody kind of somebody went a little heavy.
Oh yeah.
She didn't want to talk about that either.
I don't want to talk about that. This is kind of the design that I was using in the other one. And sometimes I just go through and I get down my basic design, and then I will come in and do other things to it to, you know, make it look like I want it to. But I don't, and this is just the way I do it.
That's exactly right, Darcy. And that is exactly what happened here.
Darcy.
She's still chuckling about it. I got a message from Darcy last night and it got us all chuckling.
Oh, yeah. And it's totally not, yeah.
Yeah, the white pen is the, you know, the unicorn of supplies. It's just trying to find the exactly right one that just does it for you all the time.
Yeah, I really have a sort of a love-hate relationship with these things. I like them and I like what they do. I just don't necessarily like how they do it always.
Yeah. You're like an international woman of intrigue that way. That sounded kind of like... Oh, that made me laugh.
I just take the basic thing of the circle or the line, and somehow or other, you know, that's how I...
Yeah.
As long as you repeat that... God dang it, what is... I'm dragging my hand through over here. And the reason I like this one is because it kind of is a little bit... It gets a little bit... tinier dots once it keeps going along there, and then you have to stomp on it again and, you know, get it to going again. But I kind of like that.
Oh, Miriam, I'm sorry.
What?
She's not feeling well.
Well, dadgummit. Lines and whatever. Now I've got that cool little piece of paper that, you know, it might go with some of these, or maybe it'll go with something else. All right, let's try a whole different design here. And I don't know, I've already got some schmucky schmuck going on here, messing up everything. So let's just, sometimes I just go with what's out there. You know? It's what dictates the doodle. The doodle is dictated by the schmucky schmuck that you've already got on there. And you know, instead of trying to beat it and, you know, make a horse into a pig, you just...
Yeah, stick with the pig.
Yeah. Go with the pig. Every time. Bacon's good.
Bacon's good.
Okay, well, I like this. This is... And that way you don't get bored to tears. Get kind of a...
Ooh. Sakura has a glaze pen. It has a 3D ink that is slightly raised. It acts as a dam if you are doing a, like, alcohol ink flood. Nice, Susan. Have to check that out.
I'm interested.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't, didn't Arteza come out with something like that? Or even Golden? Like, they had some raised kind of paints or pens.
Well, I didn't know about them, and you didn't buy them for me.
Well, I felt like they might be one of those things where, you know, is it a novelty thing?
Yeah, and here's the whole thing with that. You know, some of those, the first rattle out of the box, they're wonderful.
Right.
You open them up again, and they don't do a dadgum thing because they're just dry.
That was sort of my feeling. So Carrie says, I'm just coming to terms with Doodle, and now you tell me they're schmucky schmuck.
Deal with your schmuck. Put some schmucky schmuck down in your... Schmucky schmuck is going to tell you what you need to do. And go back and, you know, check out your little designs that you've... into your little design journal that you made. I know everybody made one.
Oh, yes, your mark making vocabulary.
Yes.
Y'all remember that? We need to do that again. We talked about doing it again.
I know.
We need to do it again.
I always like...
We need to get organized and really, like, you know, put together a thing again.
I know. And if you just vary the sizes of your design, it's kind of like, oh, yeah. And so then when this is dry, I'm going to show you what else you can do.
And can you hold those up into the technology? Because then I think they'll see that there is a bit more. So the reason they look blurry-ish, and they actually could be, is because remember, these are brayer-offs. So they're mealy. There's a bit of weird textury business happening
going
there.
on out there. Yeah.
So yeah, they do have a blurry effect.
See that one? You can even hear it. Very. And then I just painted this pink because I had some leftover pink stuff going on. All right, let's take something that we've already... I want to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to... Because I don't know how many times I've messed up the fine tip on my Unipan here. Yeah, you know that. All right, so I've already stamped this with...
The correction pens are actually like straight up white. The problem with those is that I don't know like how much. The older ones used to get clogged up, and I don't know how much inky stuff you kind of have in them. Like I don't think they're gonna go as long as a pen, but maybe that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I stamped on this,
And they used to be stinky. Remember, whiteout used to really. Kids in the 80s
oh
used
yeah.
to huff
Well,
it.
and we weren't allowed to use them in elementary school because they were. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do some of this on here, and then I'm going to come in with this other pen that I have. It's another Identa pen, and I can't. This is called.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't have a color here.
I think it does here. Hold on.
This is very small. Anyway.
Maybe it doesn't.
But it's an Identa pen.
Yes. And it's brown.
And it's really not brown. It's really red something.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, if you were going with or if you were going by Crayola colors, it would be like that Indian red.
Yes, Tuscan red.
Tuscan red. They may not call it that anymore. But back in the day.
Back in the day.
That's what it was called. Or maybe it's sienna now.
Yeah, that stuff. Okay, now see what that looks like? That looks kind of cool. And they look kind of cool next to each other so that you could like utilize sort of both of them.
Yeah. And I think I got some kind of old school Sharpies because they have an odor to them.
They certainly do. Okay, I'm just kind of trying to take what I've got into my stamp here, and this
I
is
see.
a stamp that's also a stencil. Comes in strippers.
Not out yet. We're
Oh.
working on the full set.
Okay.
And that's going to be a little bit.
Sorry.
And Carrie, even, I wanted to apologize to you because normally we would have something out from Carrie right now. But the, you know, the crazy order of stamps has kind of put a little halt to anything new coming out. So
Yeah.
we're on a little hold.
The R&D department has been overwhelmed.
We don't have a separate machine to
they're,
cut yet.
they're wearing many hats.
We are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you put the caps back on. My daughter has not figured that out. That markers last a lot longer. They have their caps back on.
Okay, so now I'm pretty sure that that may not be dry. Oh, we'll let that settle.
I'm pretty sure, but not sure.
Yeah,
More sure about this one.
yeah. This hasn't been set in a while. Okay, so we're going to add some more little. Oh, see, I've been messing
Yeah.
with it, and I don't know. I might have to dig out a new one. I'll tell you what. The tip on that one,
Yeah,
it don't last very long.
I've noticed that.
Oh, I should use some of these. Got those stupid things, and
I know. I bought those
I
for
don't
you.
even have them out here because that darn
Oh
kid.
yeah. You leave them out. She asks about them. Can I have these?
Those
What do
might be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's go ahead
Stay
with
focused.
our rat killing here. Okay. Okay, so then you come back in and you just, you know, go around whatever it is that you have out there. Maybe add a little dot inside, you know, and maybe, I don't know, do some other stuff.
Darcy was doing this on her video the other day too.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a master doodler.
I'm really not. I get bored really easily.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons that I like to make these little containment things here. Because my attention span is long enough. Oh, look, there's some numbers.
Gives you permission to move on to something
Gives
else.
me permission to move on to something else. All right. I'm kind of, these have never
Thank
been
you.
out of the box. I just shoved them in the drawer. And these are Dumbo. Oh.
Yeah, I got them on sale. That's why I bought them. And I had because you specifically wanted those identa pens, and then I wanted to place the order and get free shipping, so I bought a couple other things.
Well,
And those
I
happened
don't
to be
know
on sale.
exactly what they're supposed to do, but they don't go over.
No, because I think they are more water based, so they're not
Okay, well,
really.
these are poopy diaper heads. I don't like those. Don't
Well,
buy
you can
those.
give them to Izzy.
That's the kind of pastel-y poopy stuff that I would never.
I think those are going to be similar. They're not like
They're
acrylic.
transparent.
Yeah, they are not acrylic or, you know.
Let's just turn the page over and see what we got here. Okay, they're weak.
They're fluorescent.
It means they glow in the dark.
Like your shirt.
Okay, well, I'll give those to Izzy too. I don't want those. Don't. Yeah. Okay. Well, that
Flaps out.
cleans out a whole bunch of stuff in the drawer.
Look at you, making room for things.
Yeah. And Izzy will be all happy. Okay, don't like those.
Well, I'm going to bribe her. She has to clean off her table before she gets anything new.
But now I do like this pen, and it's almost exactly the same color as that stamp that I have, the vermilion. So I really like it, and I can come back in here with it and see, make those same little, marks, but do a little bit different stuff to it. Then I've got the other end. I need to get some more of these, Mariah.
You're kind of hard on them. But sure, yes.
Make little stitchery-doos.
Let's see. Darcy says... Okay, so you said and, but I wasn't sure. Okay. And if you use water-based markers and then want to do white paint pen over that, you won't have white paint.
Oh yeah,
and something.
Color them. I've done that with. I did that on a couple of the tags.
Okay. Oh, can you use the white China pencils? Yes.
You can.
They
Especially
will
the
rub.
wax ones.
Yeah.
Now, if you're using the Stabilos, if you put any water on them whatsoever,
yeah,
they're gonna, you know, muck out on you.
Oh, those are Identapens. Can you hold that up into the technology?
Sure.
They come in different colors. The main one are the black ones, and it's Sakura, which they also make. What else do we get that's Sakura? I can't really remember right now off the top of my head, but
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking.
I
about
like
the
them
oil
because
pastels.
they're permanent. You can go over the top of them with anything you want to, and they dry quick, and you don't have to, you know, sit there and go, oh, let me see, is that dry yet? Wonder if that's dry yet. They just dry instantly, and I'm into that. I'm not into delayed gratification. There we go. Oops.
Oh yes, the micron pens from Sakura. But these are cool because they're. Now it's the brown one. It has 2 ends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fatter end. I can't stand that tiny little end. It's stupid.
Well, you know,
I don't.
sometimes it's just what you need.
That's what she needs. That is never
It's
what
just,
I need.
Look at that little piece that I tore out there.
I don't hold, like, the way I hold a pen, I can't.
I really like it because, see, I can do this kind of
I don't like it. I don't hold
lighting.
mine, like, so, you know, straight up. Oh, if you're looking for value, as far as, like, you know, you're not spending a crazy amount of money on Posca markers and you want to just kind of try out some, these Funsel ones are quite, you know, equal in...
Now, we don't know. We've never used those in colors, though.
No, but the Funsel white ones...
The Funsel white ones are some...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. I think that they're just as good as...
Just so happens I still have that link up, so here...
I absolutely, you know, I like them a lot.
Well, and the Funsel set's pretty cool because you get you get a huge chisel set, or like look at this thing. This is fun to use on the gel plate.
It is. And remember when
And
I
look,
did the whole series with the
It comes with a couple of the big chunky ones. Like 2 of these big block ones, and then 2 bullet point and 1. It used to have a little, you know, scripty, you know, what did they call it? A 1mm tip, but it's pointed. Do Sharpies work the same way? You gotta watch out for Sharpie, depending on what other media you mix in there. And then Sharpie also will have a tendency, again, depending, and I think this is what Darcy was talking about, is that it will come up through white. Like, if you're going over over it. It leaches up. The Identapens, that's what P was saying, stay in place. There's not a lot of bleeding out or anything like that. Sharpies will get weird on you.
and I don't like the smell. I don't think the smell is good. I don't think it's good for you.
No, it can't be. No way.
Now you can see here when we hit the part of the paper that doesn't have so much paint on it. Look at how much crisper.
Yeah, in your paper. Yeah, exactly, Darcy.
You know, it's easier to do.
Oh, also the Artix makes some nice paint pens that do not require smashing down to release paint for a pretty good bargain compared to Posca's. I've never tried those. Now we have the Arteza ones, but you have to fill them and do the business. They're pretty good. I've even had the Chocola ones, and even over time, they've held up well. Also dependent on, you know, whether you're.
I really, you know, sometimes I really like the way this happens out here when you're on this paper, that it's kind of gravelly, and you know, you can just get some really cool effects.
I'm seeing exactly what happened to the little pointy pen. It got eaten up on your gravel.
It wasn't my fault. I think it was probably Izzy.
Yes, let's blame the baby.
She's not here to defend herself.
Right.
Yeah, they do. You can hear the scratch. Can you hear the scratching?
Y'all hear that? Oh, yeah, and I remember you kind of talking about that. And I'm wondering, okay, so Darcy says, I got some empty paint pens to try because she can't find a Prussian blue paint pen. And I'm thinking that if you use like the high flow paint in those markers, yeah,
Oh.
why not?
Absolutely. Can you hear it? Scratching?
All right, what else were you have 30 minutes.
Okay, well, I wanted to show you another way to get your blocks of color. Because I think that would be... Okay, I think we've got some great stuff going here as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And you know, this can be used
I
on
love that one.
your tags. This can be used on ATCs. It can be used in your journal. You know, just whatever that you want to use it for.
Ooh. So Sherry has used Floetrol, or the paint extender stuff, you know, the one stuff, to add the cheap paint in a needle tip bottle with success. So like those liner, you know.
Well, almost like the one we used for the paint, the glue.
Yeah, in a way.
All right, I'm going to hand you back these, and since you got the rest of them over there, and you can put them up.
And Sarah says that, yeah, you can buy empty marker, like at Dick Blick, empties that you can fill with the colors that you want.
Well, shucky darns, that'd be great. That's good to know.
Here, and hold that up into the thing. So I did put the link in the chat, but this is the Funzel markers that she was using, the white ones.
5 markers variety pack, and do store them this way.
Yes, they work best.
Child safe, ACIO free, acid free, non-toxic, and quick dry. And it's really true. And they're useful on all those surfaces. And we've had these for a while.
Yeah, probably coming up on like a year.
Okay.
They did a big campaign where they reached out to a lot of people, and I got them for free. Yeah.
Okay. I should use that, but it's not really going to be very...
Oh, hey, Christy. I was kind of wondering about that too.
What is it?
So the paint pens that you fill up, you know, if you don't use them consistently,
Yes.
they kind of dry up. But, you know, I think
Exactly.
that's probably...
Yeah, that's true of any
Yeah.
of that stuff. I would say any of
Bye,
those...
Lisa.
Any of those markers that you're filling up,
Yeah, because you have to think that
it doesn't have a retarder or anything.
Yeah,
in it to keep
they've
it from...
they've put something in the mix to make it work for a marker situation.
I don't know what I'm cleaning this up for, but you
No.
know,
Goodness.
just start out with a clean slate here. But I'm going to use my little roller,
Okay.
this little jobber that, you know. Yeah, okay, it's in pretty good shape. Hot diggity. So I'm going to use this just as my roller off palette, and I'm going to really mess it up, so it's not going to be a big deal here. I think I'm going to use my more heavy body paints. But if you want to utilize your background, what are you laughing about?
Let's see. Hello, Joan, by the way. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. Eddie says, just saying, Richard Blick. And then Fran says, Eddie, I'm with, oh wait, Wendy said something here. Well, I don't know what, she's with Wendy on something, but then there's no Richards here either.
No. Well, I think that's right. You know, I think Dick must have been getting some feedback on that, and so they just dropped that, and you notice it just says...
Yeah, there's Blick.
There's Blick. Okay, that'll work. I just want to get some different ones out here so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I say rolling off and having your roller ready to go.
Oh man, you were, Susan, she's hardcore. I clean out my, I think she, I'm assuming, so she does cookie pins with Dawn Power Wash and hot water. Then I poke the tip with a toothpick. For the smaller needle tips, I use a dental cleaning tool. She's serious about her pen.
Boy, I'll say.
I'm impressed by that.
Oh, it'd probably help if I had this mat down here. And then when you get to the point that you're about right here and you know that your paint's drying out, you flip it down and pull it off. But that's why, you know, I don't mind.
Oh, we found the dip pen.
We did. I should use that. I don't want to do it right now, though.
Okay. But Lynn's going to use hers.
She's going to use hers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did find, Mariah found mine.
Yes, and some of those calligraphy inks are fantastic because, like,
She had
they are the
hid it from me.
Yeah, I put it away.
I don't know that I necessarily say that. Well, I'm sure glad I have this piece of paper down here.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cookie pins. Like for decorating cookies with. That's what Susan has. But she has about 30 bottles for cookie decorating filled with paint or fluid. Fluid art. It's mixed media Floetrol, so I don't like using it on her gel plate.
Oh.
Well, you can do some fun sgraffito stuff if you're using any of your, you know, paints with Floetrol. The sgraffito technique is a lot of fun with that really loosey-goosey fluid.
Oh, yeah. I love
paint.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Really like that a lot. I'm really liking these guys. And, you know, usually this is the fast way to do it. You know, you can do the brush technique.
Bye, Sherry. Oh, yes. That is very true. Carrie says a couple of stencils for creating doodle areas are his industrial market stencil and whimsical whatnots. Those are very fun to be doodling with.
So this is really just to get some paint down there. And then if you want to be more, you know, exacting about the color that you want, you can do that. You don't have to leave it like all swishy-wishy and whatnot. You can come in and define it a lot more like solid. But sometimes I like the way this looks.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to come to the next part here, and it's kind of what Carrie said. You can stamp in a doodling
Yeah.
type thing. And that's what I did with that one. Okay, I've got molten Morocco here. These are fun. These are fun.
Akiko had used those.
She had used those, and I thought that was so cute.
Oh, thank you, Darcy.
And I like X's. That's a nice one. I like the X's, and I also like this one, but I like this.
That's melting Morocco.
That's molten lava.
AKA.
But I like it better as a positive rather than a negative. That's the other thing that when you're doing your stamping and you want it to look more doodle-like, go with your positives rather than your negatives.
Right.
Does that make sense? Let's just
Is there
try.
a song about that? Accentuate the positive. Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
There's.
Oh, yeah,
okay. Here I am showing stamps, Mariah. Promised you I wasn't going to do it.
I was like, try to,
You're not doing stencils. You can't do stencils. But, you know, just for
Shiggles and giggles.
shiggles and giggles.
Like I said, just know that we're just a little bit behind.
Yes.
That's
Be kind and patient.
There you go, Christy. That's the stuff that we always buy. Pretty decently priced. It's heavy. It holds up well.
What is it?
The black chipboard.
Ah,
Because some of it can get real pricey. I've noticed that it has gone up in price. I mean, everything's gone up in price. But,
and I like using this
Kind of
permanent ink because then I can go over it with watercolor.
Maybe.
I can go over it with any type of medium, and it's not going to go places on me. But this is what I call speed doodling.
Just need, mass produce that doodle.
If you don't want to sit there and whatever. And just because you stamp something someplace doesn't mean that you can't stamp over it with something else. Because that creates more of a doodly textural, interesting surface, I think. Look at that. Isn't that cool looking? What?
Well, I'm getting. So I think there's kind of two options here as far as the song goes, but the High Hopes and Susan says Frank Sinatra, Cole Porter was mentioned by Martha,
High hopes,
and then
pie in the sky.
something about something Mr. In Between.
Do 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 do.
Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. You gotta accentuate the positive and don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've been hanging out with him,
Who?
Mr. In Between.
Something to be said about all that.
Okay, we're not done with this yet.
We're not talking about the poles that we need. I was just I was thinking about that again and just chuckling about that.
About what?
The two poles that we, need here in the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then, arting between two poles. It just makes me laugh.
Well, we can go for touchdowns. You want to get a sporty thing going
There's
here.
a sporty aspect to it. Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Doesn't that look cool?
I love that. That's arty squiggles right there.
Now, let me tell you something about this one in the stencil form. You want to make sure that you keep that baby cleaned out.
It goos up real quick.
It goos up real quick. This will be interesting when I get out here to... See, I'm just not getting quite the crisp image.
Out in that mealy business.
In that mealy business there.
Yes. That's where I was... I'm sure that's where my brain...
What is that?
From the Jungle Book.
Oh. I like this one. It's almost like stitchery.
Stitchery.
Stitchery. You know, that kind of stuff people do. To make things... It's got a name. Come on, stitchery people. Help me out.
Like a embroidered, braided kind of business. Where are you heading with this? We got to give them...
It's called something. It has a name.
That particular stitch style?
Yes.
Is it cross stitching?
I think maybe so, yes.
Sometimes it's the apparent thing.
There we go. Look at that. Also looks like little treads on a tire. Somebody, you know, spun out there. Now, my only thing about these things is if you don't have this big stamp pad, these are a total pain in the badootie.
They are trickier if you have the smaller ones and you kind of have to go along it.
Yeah.
But the best way to do that is actually is to turn the stamp around and then stamp across it. Careful.
Sorry.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, sorry. This is squidgy chair.
Stamped cross stitch and counted cross stitch. Counted cross stitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Pinky used it in her last project.
I'll tell you what, my sister used to do those things. But she also used to make those little solid bead things with those little teeny tiny beads.
Yeah.
She didn't do that anymore because she can't see like me. But, oh, I just, you know, and it isn't because I actually designed that one. Or
Did
it's
you?
prototype. It's prototype, and then you took it and you made it into what you see today.
Yeah.
Because what I
That
had...
was collaborative.
It was collaborative. Mine were
Like much of everything that goes on around here.
mine were like a bunch of circles.
I was like, yeah, that's
Because-
not going to work.
See, I had like this, and then I had this dot in the middle. That's how they became broken circles. It's because if you don't have a broken circle, you don't have a very good
That is
stencil.
also a song.
You have a bunch of circles.
Well, you have one. Because if
Yeah.
you put the other ones inside of one another.
Yeah.
And I know my designers here are chuckling about that because every one of them has made that. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's going to fall out.
It's gonna fall out. You know.
Yes, we do. We do, Freya.
What?
do you have your slave working on you in the background? Working for you in the background.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
He gets paid. He gets paid.
He does.
And pretty decently, I must say. I mean, for the type of work.
For untrained labor.
Yeah.
He was just talking about one of his friends that had a job, and he decided his job was a lot better than his friends. I don't know exactly what it was.
Oh, Josh, whose friend? What's your friend doing?
What?
Your friend that has a job. That you decided your job's better.
Wait, what?
You told me about your friend who had a job. J-O-B. I mean, I don't know what...
Were you listening right?
Maybe I wasn't listening right. But anyway, I imagined it was like a fast food.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of those in there, and I feel for those kids.
Oh, it's hot. People are not nice.
And there's somebody, you know, that always wants you to go faster.
Yeah. But I'm very happy that there are people that do it. Because
Yes.
And I love it when they're pleasant. That makes me very happy and appreciative.
Okay, so what we're doing here, and we can go ahead and create our background design, then we can come in with transparent watercolors and do what I did with my little, sectioning off, like make this a little square here.
Yes.
Or I can come back in with my smaller gel plates and stamp it.
Something kind of zen about what you were doing there.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
It got a rhythm.
Got a rhythm. So, that's all I got for you today, folks. That's it.
That's it.
There ain't no more. Oh, now, the other thing. Oh, I'm not done yet.
Good.
Forget that.
You got 10 minutes.
I got how many?
10.
Okay, so you can take, oh, look at this. This is stuff that Eddie sent me. I'm just trying to get the edge of this paper here. Because you can stamp on this stuff and then tear it out and glue it down if you're a reluctant stamper or a uncertain stamper or uncertain doodler. You can doodle on tissue paper, and if it if it works out, then you can use it, and if it doesn't work out, then you just throw it away and start over, and you don't feel bad about that. Or I don't feel bad about that. Well, I don't feel bad about that anyway. But you can just doodle on this paper. Now the other thing that you can do with this paper is,
she means
remember
the wet string tissue paper. Carnival. Yeah.
Do your little doodles, I want to do my little cherry thing there. I thought that was just so damn cute.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you can just make your little doodles here. You can also do the texture paste through your stencils. And remember, if they're all hooked together, like I did the jacks, that thing that,
Yes.
like this.
And you know what's so funny? And you haven't even seen it. I meant to show it to you or tell you about it. So, for real, used her stamps. And I think it was, because it was in a short that I saw it. Because I don't remember seeing it in the video or anything. But I think she stamped using a texture paste onto the wet strength tissue. She then did a photo transfer. It was really kind of cool because when she pulled up the photo transfer onto the paper that had the stamped texture, the coded numbers, some of it left back onto the plate. And I was like, oh, that's like what, Pete was doing with the peeling off.
Oh, yeah.
So you can do it on purpose, or it's also cool when it accidentally happens.
Yeah, well, you just go with it.
Yeah. But yeah, it worked really well in what she was doing. I mean, I don't know if she thought that, oh, well, that was kind of poopy. She wanted it all stay on there, but I thought it was cool that it didn't.
And the whole thing is when you have that leftover stuff on your plate, I think it just is cool looking from the standpoint of, oh, you've got something there to work with on the next one.
Yes.
You don't have to start from, a blank sheet of, yeah, whatever. Okay. So, there is that. This would not work to pull off.
No.
Because it's not all together. Just wouldn't work. Oh, and make sure you have this down on something, because remember, it goes through the tissue.
Yes.
It goes through. Really, honestly, it goes through.
That's a good way to, like, if you want to doodle and then spray it, or
Oh, froggy legs. Froggy legs.
save them for later, use them in a different project. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. What else?
I don't know. You covered a lot of things today. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm excited about getting back to my Akiko and my journal and getting onto those pages. I've got 2 pages that I need to put pockets in, and I want to make the, what is that paper called again?
What are you talking about? Oh, the sisal.
Thistle?
Sisal.
Sisal. S-I-S.
I think it was S-I-S-S-A-L. But yeah, used for floral and like, you know, wedding. You can run it along a table runner. Because I think it comes in rolls.
Well, we need to get a hold of these people that do weddings and ask them if we can have it afterwards, because you know it goes to the trash.
Well, I mean, we do know a wedding planner chick that we sometimes do work for. I don't know if that might be some lowbrow kind of.
Well, she can call us in as the cleanup crew. I don't mind.
Save her a little bit.
It wouldn't bother me at all.
Well, actually, we need to reach out to the florists. They would probably be the ones to handle that part of things, perhaps.
Well, I don't know that they would go in and pick up flowers. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. If you guys... Sisal. Well, I really like it. It doesn't tear. That's, you know, it's like the properties that are attractive to it also make it unattractive for another aspect. It does not tear at all. Don't count on it tearing. But I do think that you could cut it.
Darcy was wondering what I was talking about. But now she's got it.
Oh, good. As long as, you know, you could tear it so it'd be having a more organic edge. You could cut it so that it would. I wanted mine pretty well straight because I'm trying to get it to attach to a straight edge. That's,
Yeah.
I might frazzle out the outside ones, though.
Well, there you go.
That's a thought.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. That completes the Thursday Thoughts and Arty Fun. Hopefully, we, you know, delivered on both things. Let us know in the comments if you come back and watching the replay, or those of you that hung out here in the chat and you want to come back a little bit later and, you know, leave a comment. We love those. Thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. You know, subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube-y business. You know, if you want to share it with your friends, just, you know, drop a little link. Say, hey, you know, you want to watch this? This is kind of fun. These ladies make me laugh. You know, we have a chuckle. It gets inappropriate, but it's all good. You know, we'll see you on Sunday. Bye, guys.
Bye.